Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, Pacific Northwest Weather Watch. Today is March 15th, and right now we are looking at the mid-level water vapor loop. You can see the powerful jet stream pointed at the Pacific Northwest. Got some gusty conditions, some rainy conditions, chilly temperatures out there, winter storm warnings for some of the higher terrain, and we have more storms to come. So let's dive into those details here. Taking a look at things right now, you can see Seattle 43. It is gusty right now, gusting towards 30 knots or so. You can see Portland a bit gusty as well, 44. It is snowing, but it's 34 degrees at Spokane. Also, you can see Pendleton checking in at 45. Go down the Oregon coast where they're going to be getting a whole bunch of rainfall here and a lot of snow across the mountains of the Cascades of Oregon. Right now, things are in mainly the low to mid 40s here. And you can look over here towards Redmond Municipal Airport there at about 31 degrees or so. 32 degrees. Now, taking a look here at the apparent temperature. So this takes into account wind chill factor. So it is winter out there. What can we say? And you can see the higher terrain. If you were out and about in the backcountry, you don't need me to tell you that it is pretty darn right chilly out there. And you can see that with the wind chill into account, you feel like you're in the 30s there, even off towards the coastline as well, and even chillier east, and of course the higher terrain. Now, looking at Seattle, Tacoma, winter storm warnings are in effect. We got some beach hazard statements out there for some of the coastal areas, so watch out for those waves out there and the wind. Don't turn your back on the ocean. And looking at that winter storm warning goes all the way on in through Sunday morning, 2,000 feet or greater, 12 to 18 inches. Very difficult travel out there, so be prepared for that if you have to travel. Now, look at Santiam Pass, 36 inches plus. This was issued yesterday, but it still applies. A lot of snowfall incoming here. I'll show you some of the models on that here in a moment. Heavy snow expected, in total snow accumulations when all is said and done, 1 to 4 feet. So yeah, crazy stuff. And if we see the flood watch there across some portions, you can see Albany's right there just south of Salem. And again, the beach hazard statements. We got some high wind warnings down for the Medford National Weather Service, some wind advisories as well. And of course, the winter storm warnings are in effect for the entirety of the Cascades of Oregon. Now, this is the flood watch down there. They do mention some landslide potential here. Oh, let's see. So roads located below steep slopes in canyons and near the mouths of canyons may be at serious risk from rapid moving landslides. So heads up for that. And looking at thunderstorm outlook today, you can see it doesn't include Portland, but it does include Seattle and some of western Washington, Spokane, Missoula, Butte, just north of Pendleton there, and some portions of Idaho down towards Pocatello. And if you have anybody out there down across the southeast and you're not aware of that high risk, I find that hard to believe, but yeah, there is a high risk out there. Look at that tornado threat, 30%. And when you see those dashed lines, that means the potential for strong tornadoes, and there's also a long track tornado possibility today as well. So taking a look here across eastern Washington, Oregon, some wind advisories. You see the winter weather advisory also out there for some of the higher terrain, and you can see winter storm warning here showing up on the Pendleton National Weather Service, talking about the accumulations for the Cascades, 1 to 3 feet for Oregon. We kind of went over that already as well. Now, looking here at about 30,000 feet up in the atmosphere, you remember that when we saw that in the mid-level water vapor loop as we started the video here, you can see it's pointed at a region, and you can see the storm system moving through as we go through the day Monday. Troughing remains active. Another system powers through as we go through the midweek period. Again, the jet stream pointed at us, another trough pushing through towards the end of the week, and it just seems like this is never ending, folks, until we finally get some ridging here. But we have the troughing not far away. It's going to be spreading precipitation back towards western BC. How much of that will include Washington, Oregon? Good question. And we go off into the future a little bit more. And you can see that Gulf of Alaska trough does not want to go down easily as we go towards the end of the month there, kind of hanging out. And I'll show you some extended forecast stuff here in a moment. Now, 500 millibar heights, again, just kind of showing you the timing on some of these systems here as we go through next week. It's one after another. A little bit of a ridge there, but still this trough is going to bring some precipitation for some lucky people here in the Pacific Northwest and keep things active. Then we build the ridge. Maybe we'll get a couple nice days as we go through the 24th, 25th, something like that. But the Gulf of Alaska trough, again, not too far off, and it gets reestablished fairly well as we go towards the end of the month, if you believe the European artificial intelligence. So look at this precipitation as we go through this morning. It's pretty blustery at my house. It's gusting into the 30s right now, and there's plenty of snow flying across the mountains as we go through the day today. And then you can see the next storm system moving in. Look at that swath of snow for the higher terrain of Oregon. Heavy rain across some of southwest Oregon as well. That's why that flood watch is out for portions of southern Oregon. Precipitation continues all the way on into tomorrow morning. And again, just kind of the fire hoses pointed at portions of Oregon all the way on into Sunday evening before that system finally wanes and starts to move out of the area, but still keeping some showers going all the way on in through the day on Monday. And then maybe another thunderstorm chance here with some of these showers as we go through the day Monday as well. Now, looking at the European model, something similar there. You see the first system, then the second one just keeps hammering Oregon, and then you can see some mountain snows continue. A little bit of a break there, maybe on the day Tuesday once that system clears out. Maybe another decent day Wednesday before the next frontal system is knocking on our door here. Low pressure moves north of Vancouver Island, and you can kind of see that we are in this pattern where we are definitely dealing with an active March. And yeah, systems don't look to be stopping anytime soon. Accumulated positive snow depth change in inches. Right now, we're going to discount this. You'll see this pop up here as we go through Sunday night. I'm not seeing that in the high resolution models. It does want to paint a little bit of snowfall, trying to stick down to lower elevations, but we are not expecting accumulating snowfall or disruptive snowfall down into the I-5 corridor or anything like that for the Seattle Metro. But what I'm trying to show you here is the big amounts coming across some of the Cascades, especially the Cascades of Oregon. The Blue Mountains picking up some decent amounts, the Rocky Mountains, Northeast Washington as well. And if we take a look at wind gusts, nothing too crazy, but yeah, that's what's going on today for Seattle, 41, Everett 47. And then as we go on in through tonight, you see the winds picking up on the Oregon coast, some of the higher terrain, the Cascades. I mean, look at some of these gusts up towards 60 miles per hour. That's why there's some high wind warnings in effect as we go all the way on in through Sunday afternoon. And then as you can see, we're not dealing with any region-wide windstorm, but there is that blustery frontal system coming in on the day Wednesday as well. But it doesn't look to bring winds overly strong, not anything unlike what we're used to at this time of year. So 15-day precipitation anomaly. Clearly, you can see the storm track pointed at the Pacific Northwest. There's the 46-day precipitation anomaly as well. So yeah, keeping things above average storm track at the Pacific Northwest. Now, this is a 30-day 500 millibar running total here. So watch as so basically what we're looking at here is from about March 14th to April 13th. Troughing, Gulf of Alaska. If we scroll off, there's April 19th, 20, 21, and so on. You see, getting my drift here. Look at that trough just hanging out all the way towards the end of April. Again, the 30-day 500 millibar heights there. So yeah, we may remain active into some portions of April as well. It's not to say we won't get some breaks at some point here coming up over the next month or two. But yeah, we may remain on the cooler side of things. Not unusual for La Nina years. 6 to 10 day below, there's the above. 8 to 14 days, I have a feeling that might trend a little bit below normal here. We'll see how that goes. And the 8 to 14 days above average as well. So anyway, hope you guys are having a good day out there. We'll break this all down again tomorrow. We'll just make sure and check back on these systems, make sure none of these are going to bring any big windstorms or anything like that. And we'll continue to look off into the future. Otherwise, I will talk to you guys again tomorrow.